I'm trying to get a bit better at incorporating traditions into my life, and one way I want to do that was by making ozoni on New Year's Day. Ozoni is a Japanese soup usually eaten in the morning, made with mochi. And I won't lie, I made this for the video and then forgot to make it on New Year's Day. Does that count? I don't know. I have made it before in the past, but I've never cut the lotus root like this before, so it looks like a flower. And it's time consuming, but I think it's worth it. I think they look really pretty. I think flowers are my favourite motif on anything, on a jumper, a card, anything like that. So yeah, I was a big fan of these. And then I soaked them in a mixture of water and vinegar just to stop them from browning. And then I did something similar with the carrot. I made these V-shaped notches into the sides and sliced it, and I really loved how these turned out. And then I prepared the rest of the ingredients. I sliced the daikon as well as some tofu. I also soaked some shiitake mushrooms in the background as well. The lotus root does take the longest to cook. It's got quite a firm, snappy texture, almost similar to a water chestnut. I cooked those for about 20 minutes before adding in the rest of the ingredients, which I cooked for another 10 to 15 minutes. I quite like my veggies crunchy, so I think it's personal preference really. This is kiri mochi, which is a hard dried mochi. I'm popping it in the air fryer and it will puff and crisp up on the outside and stay soft and chewy on the inside, which you'll see later. Once the soup finished cooking, I added in a few tablespoons of white miso and muddled that in. If you don't have one of these strainers, you can take your miso and add it to a separate bowl with some of the hot liquid that you're cooking with from the pot, and then mix it together in that separate bowl. Just make sure it's pourable consistency and then tip it into the pot. I think it's best to do something like this, either use a strainer or create that pourable consistency, because miso can be quite difficult to incorporate properly into a big bowl of soup. This is what the mochi looks like. It's all crispy and crackly on the outside, and that's what we'll use to top off our ozoni. And I haven't mentioned this yet, but ozoni is made differently depending on where you are in Japan. I've made mine with miso, but other places use a lighter, clear broth. It just depends on your region or just what you prefer. And personally, I love the comforting flavour of miso, and I like to add a lot of veggies into. It's a great way to start your day, even a great way to start your new year. Akemashite omedetou. If you're watching, Happy New Year in English. I hope it's a good one.